Mr. Sibiya, just explain. So this 91 cents, part of that includes a slate levy. Are you able to give us the breakdown of this increase?
Yeah, thanks, Francis. Maybe just at the high level, the 91 cents on petrol, 48 cents a liter of that is due to global price increase movements, which as South Africa we've got no control over because we are net importers. So whatever influenced those prices, as we know, that they were actually slow in demand, and OPEC actually then had a huge deficit, and they are trying obviously to make up for that deficit with the volume shortfall. Let's see, 48 cents, and then the 43 cents is then made up of the rand dollar exchange due to the depreciation of the rand. Now, just to then touch on the slate levy, it's quite a complex, but I'll try and simplify it. It's really just a self-adjustment. So what it does, because, for example, if we look at the end of this price period, if I may call it, we end up with a particular BFP, which is a basic fuel price value. Currently, that value is sitting at around about, let me just double check, sorry, sitting at around about 8 rand 27 cents. So now this BFP value will remain until the next price change. But what happens is that the basic fuel price is moving up and down on a daily basis. Driven by the movements of the international price movements. So if you can imagine, let's just make the BFP a round figure and say it's 8 rand. And then tomorrow, the BFP that is going to come is actually going to be 10 rand. Now, what does that mean? It means that tomorrow, somebody who is actually buying a barrel of fuel is actually then going to be paying 2 rand more than what they are being compensated, because the BFP that is on the price for August is fixed at 8 rand. So that then represent an under recovery for a purchaser. Or it could happen that the BFP at 8 rands tomorrow, then the BFP goes down to 6 rand. Then that means then that person has got an over recovery of 2 rand. So this is now called a self-adjustment levy paying. It just balances the adjustments in between the price changes.
Okay, so I get
sometimes it benefits the consumer. Sometimes, so there are times when the consumer is actually benefiting.
Yeah.
Because if the BFP is at 8 rand, right, that was fixed for August, and then in the following days, the BFP is at 10 rand, the consumer doesn't get penalized by paying 10 rand.
The prices go up and down, but this is sort of a leveling off retrospective to even things out. The overall price hike, the overall price hike, Mr. Sibiya, is going to cause pain. We know it has knock-on effects, transport, taxi fares, knock-on effects across the economy, also for people who drive often. What about your the people you represent, the fuel retailers? Where do they stand? Because there does seem to be a push or more calls for regulated prices, for subsidized prices, maybe for government to look at the taxes, maybe even to cap the price of petrol.
Yeah. So if you look at the price build-up currently, if I look at the August one, for example, the makeup of that price build-up will be 45% is BFP, which we're talking about. 35% would be about taxes. and then obviously then the balance with really just the margins which are across the value chain. Now, when it comes when it comes to the retail margin, we're only talking about only R2.22 here, and that R2.22 out of an 18 rand pump price. That R2.22 is fixed for the whole year. Now, what then happens is that when the pump prices go up, then firstly, the capital requirements for stock also increase. It means you have to put more money for your capital requirements. And today, with the banks being even more stricter on just giving those, allowances, it becomes quite difficult. And also with the volume dropping. And then also, the expenses, most of them are linked to the pump price. So the pump price is never our friend as retailers. It then eats away from these R2.22 that we have. So every time we've got a price increase, it actually eats away from our R2.22. So we are just as worse off as the consumers when it comes to price hikes.
Which is very interesting.
Coupled with that, coupled with that is the fact that with COVID-19, the volumes have also dropped. So it's a double whammy for the fuel retailers.
All right,
as we speak.
Very interesting. So like you say, not only the consumers, but the retailers as well, not welcoming this pretty dramatic price hike today. Unfortunately, we don't have much more time. Thank you very much, Reggie Sibiya, CEO of the Fuel Retailers Association. Now, the United States has done